Hi there, everybody. This is Brendan from LimTask, and today we're going to look at answering a question that teams are asking. Is Flow worth using in 2026? Flow has been around for quite a while. Many teams still rely on it for organizing work, tracking tasks, and collaborating across departments. But the reality is that team workflows have changed a lot over the last few years. Teams are bigger, systems are more complex, and expectations around automation and scalability are much bigger. So in this video, we're going to cover three things. First, who Flow is actually a good fit for. Then we'll look at which teams start running into limitations. And finally, a simple verdict on whether it's still worth using in 2026. So let's start with Flow and who it really is designed for. Flow works best for small teams that want simple task organization without a complicated setup process. If your team mainly needs a place to track tasks, assign responsibilities, and see everyone and what they are working on, then Flow does that well. Your interface is clean, the structure is straightforward, and you can get started fairly quickly without much training. A typical team that benefits from Flow would usually look like small agencies or startup teams, marketing teams, content teams, design teams, and even remote teams that manage daily task lists. For example, if you're running a marketing team with 5 people and you need to organize content, track deadlines, and assign responsibilities, then Flow can handle that without adding too much complexity. Another advantage is that Flow keeps things simple. You're not overwhelmed with too many configuration settings or complicated workflows. You can create lists, break them into tasks, assign them owners, add due dates, and basically track the progress. For teams that value simplicity over advanced customization, Flow can be a very comfortable system to use. Another thing many users like is the clean interface. It's easy to understand where tasks live, what projects exist, and what needs attention. That clarity is one of the reasons that some teams stay with Flow for years. However, this simplicity is also where some limitations begin to show as teams grow. Right, so Flow works really well for simple workflows. But once teams become larger or processes become more structured, then some limitations start to appear. For example, many growing teams eventually need more advanced automation, stronger dependencies, more flexible structures, better reporting and tracking, and more scalable collaboration features. When you start running larger projects with multiple departments involved, things become more complex. You may need systems that support things like multiple layer structures, custom workflows, automated task triggers, detailed performance reporting, and deeper integrations with other tools. This is where Flow can start to feel quite restrictive. For example, if you're managing complex operations like product development, large marketing campaigns, multi team collaboration, client delivery systems, or structured operational workflows, you may find that Flow doesn't offer enough control over how work moves through the system. Another thing teams often notice is scaling friction. When a team grows from 5 people to 20 people, the way work gets managed changes significantly. Coordination becomes harder, and teams usually need stronger systems to keep everything organized. At that point, teams typically start looking for tools that allow them to build more structured processes. rather than just track tasks. So, a key takeaway is this: Flow really works best for simple project management. But once your workflows become more advanced, teams often begin searching for tools that give them more control over how work is structured. For context, this is how we do this in Lemtask, which is the tool we use ourselves. Right. So instead of just organizing tasks, Lemtask focuses more on structured workflow management and scalable systems. The idea is to make it easier for teams to manage larger operations without needing to constantly restructure the project setup. For example, instead of manually coordinating complex processes, teams can organize workflows in a way that scales more naturally as your organization grows. This becomes especially helpful when teams start managing things like multiple departments, repeatable operational processes, large client projects, and structured internal systems. The goal is not just task tracking, but making workflows easier to manage as your teams scale. A nice feature is also the integration of Lim Ledger, which is another tool that we use. Right. So, in order to answer the main question, is Flow worth using in 2026? The short answer is yes, for the right teams. If you're running a small team with straightforward tasks, Flow can still be very comfortable. It's simple, easy to use, and works well for keeping projects organized without adding unnecessarily complex tasks. But if your team is growing, or if your workflow are becoming more structured and process heavy, you may eventually need something more flexible. That's where teams usually start exploring systems that's built around scalable workflows rather than just a simple task list. So the real answer depends on you. If your workflow is simple, then Flow can still work well. If your workflow is growing more complex, you'll probably want a system that gives you more control over how work moves through your organization. If you want to see this approach in full, Lemtask is linked below.